Welcome to Wife Cheating Story. I hope you have an enjoyable and relaxing time listening. Let's get started.
Before we begin, let me know where you're tuning in from down in the comments. And if you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next tale. I know. People in their 70s usually don't think about romance. In my neighborhood, most lost interest in their 50s and 60s. But some stay lively and curious. There's a retirement community in North Florida where every few years there's news about seniors enjoying their dinners and then strolling down the streets, some alone and others in small groups. Some play cards or board games, while others look for different kinds of fun. He walked over and gave his wife of 45 years a gentle kiss on the cheek. She playfully pushed him away. "What are you doing, Theo? What do you have in mind?" "Well, I thought that after that nice dinner at your favorite place and some dancing at the clubhouse, you might feel like being close tonight." "Theo, I've told you that I'm not in the mood for that. You only seem to want to be close when it leads somewhere else. Besides, it feels like we just shared a moment like that." "Just had a moment. Emma, it's been 6 or 8 months, or maybe even longer. I don't think it's too much to ask to be close more than a couple of times a year. Last time we tried to share a moment, I felt like a nervous kid with a crush. Instead of acting like we have built a life together, we approached it like we were just starting out. Needing to practice to keep our connection strong. I'm not ready to let that go just yet. Think back, Emma. It wasn't perfect for either of us. Like any ability, it requires practice, and we can't move like we used to. If I'm not quite getting it right, tell me. If you want to try a different approach, share your ideas. It's the closeness that matters. Being together and sharing our feelings. I know I've changed over the years. I've lost hair in some places and gained it in others. And I see more skin than I remember. Theo, you're still the same man I met long ago. It's not about that. I know things have changed, but I believe I can still make it work. I stay active because I want to look good for you and enjoy our time together. I still love seeing you, Emma. You're just as beautiful as when we first met." "Oh, stop being so dramatic. None of my friends are interested, so why should I be? We had some good times together. Isn't that enough?" "No. I don't think our time together has to be over. I don't want to just sit in my chair on the porch, sip my iced tea, and complain about the weather and insects. But think about most of the people here. Even though they're our age, they seem so much older. It seems all they want to talk about is politics and health issues, and who's in the hospital or who has passed away. Not exactly cheerful topics. They don't seem curious about things, don't want to learn, and don't really want to be around young people. They seem to hide during Halloween, turning off their lights and pretending they're not home. I don't want to be like that. I'm not ready to give up and just stare at my iPad and TV all day. Why does this have to end? Why not keep going until we can't anymore?" Remember that friend of ours who struggled after his wife died a few years back? He would meet nice women, and they only wanted to cuddle and share simple moments. He joked about seeking companionship, but was nervous about how it would go. "Well, Theo, I'm feeling a bit lost. Things seem quiet and lifeless. I'm trying my best, but still have a hard time finding happiness, even when I try to relax. I'm sorry, Theo. I had a great time tonight. Please don't spoil this. I'm sorry I brought it up. But at some point, you need to choose whether we are just friends who care for each other or if we are something more. They are different kinds of relationships. Don't worry, I won't ask again. Just let me know if you ever feel differently. I'm going to go read my book." "Theo, please? Please don't leave like this. It hurts when you say things like that. I care about you, Theo, more than anything." Why does he always bring it up? I guess he is right. When we were young, even 10 years ago, after an evening out, we would have enjoyed being together as soon as we got home. Somewhere along the way, we lost that spark. My body says, yes, that sounds great. But my mind says, it feels too hard, and it won't be as fun anyway. When did that change? I need something to bring back my excitement, something that makes me look forward to the future. But what? After church the next day. "Hi, Emma. You look really good today. I think we could bring each other some happiness." "Oh, Hugh, stop it. You've been asking for a year now. When will you give up?" "Never, Emma." I just know your husband isn't meeting your needs and someone like you deserves better, Hugh said. Theo takes care of my needs just fine, she replied, thinking about how that might change if she allowed it. Look, he's older, and I'm not far behind. You still have it, and so do I. Let's just have a little fun together just to see how it goes. If it doesn't work, we won't try again, and I won't mention it again. But if it's great... Oh, stop it, Hugh. I need to find my husband and go home. But part of her wondered if a connection with someone like Hugh could be just what she needed to feel alive again. Exploring the idea seemed harmless if it helped her feel more energetic. It might benefit everyone. She didn't think it could cause any lasting problems other than the emotional weight of going against her marriage vows. After being married for 45 years, surely Theo wouldn't want to end things with her. Would he? Even though the neighborhood was full of retired neighbors always around, she felt sure they could keep things private. After all, they could be careful. I'll go home, send Theo out for an errand, and think about things for a while. Later. Theo, I'm out of creamer for my coffee. Would you mind running to the store and getting some for my afternoon cup? There are a few other things on the list too, if you don't mind. Sure. Why don't you come with me and we can stop for ice cream on the way back? I'm sorry, Theo. I have a headache and just need to rest for a bit, okay? Okay. See you later. She opened her bottom drawer, took out some items, and lay on the bed. She felt unsure about how she looked. It was hard to feel confident, and she wondered how Theo saw her as attractive. She took a moment to relax and clear her mind, letting her thoughts drift to happy memories of their time together. She focused on the warmth and connection they shared and created a comforting atmosphere. But any time and any place would work. Would you prefer meeting at a cafe or something? We could probably figure it out. No, your place will be fine. See you around 8:45 or so. The door will be open. Got it. Can't wait. We're both going to have a good time. Thursday, she got dressed in comfortable yet stylish clothes. She felt a rush of confidence and excitement in her stomach just from thinking about the evening. She was really looking forward to it. Theo, I'm heading to Lydia's. I might stay for coffee, so I won't be home until later in the afternoon. She has some things to talk about. Okay, love. Have fun. You look great. That made her feel a little guilty. She was dressed for Hugh, not Theo. See you when I get back. Wow, this might be the longest walk I've ever taken. I'm so nervous. Maybe I should change my mind. No, I need to do this for myself. And I want Theo to know he deserves more from me. She walked straight into Hugh's place. He hugged her and led her to the living room, closing the door behind them. Well, I guess I'm committed now. I'm really going to go through with it. I feel a bit guilty, but not as I thought I would. I'm so excited. I've missed feeling like this. Would you like something to drink, Emma? What can I do to make you comfortable? Just hug me and tell me it will be okay. He hugged her and reassured her. It's going to be great, Emma. We can stop whenever you want. We can take things slow. Just say whoa if it gets to be too much. No pressure, okay? Can I kiss you? She nodded, and they shared a gentle kiss. They held each other with care and affection. He said, You're wonderful, Emma. I should have planned better. I'll need to take a shower as soon as I get home. I hope Theo is busy. But Theo was in the living room and saw her coming. She seemed a bit different. I hope she's all right. Hey, love. How was the meeting? She thought, feeling a wave of anxiety. Oh, it was fine. Just the usual stuff. Lots of chatter, but the ladies are doing some great things. They're very talented. My work feels less impressive next to theirs. I'm not feeling my best, Theo. I'm going to take a quick shower and then rest for a bit, okay? Sure, dear. Can I get you anything? No, I'm just tired. He noticed she wouldn't look him in the eye. Throughout their conversation, she kept her gaze down. Her skin looked a bit off, and there was an odd scent in the air. It hit him suddenly, and he felt his heart sink. After all these years together, it seemed like their marriage was facing tough times. He felt deep hurt and confusion. With tears in his eyes, he knocked on the bathroom door and said, Emma, I'm going out for a bit. I'll be back this evening. I'll pick up something to eat while I'm out. He quickly made a call. Lydia, hey, how are you? This is Theo. Is Emma still there? I need to talk to her for a second. Oh, she didn't come today? I don't know why she didn't show up. Thanks. Well, that clears things up. Now I need to find out who it is. I'll contact a lawyer and start dividing things up to prepare for what's next. Why, after 45 years, did she choose to do this? This is strange. Theo never goes out like this. There's no way he could know, is there? I don't want to lose him, and I will do my best to make him happy again. But that was quite an experience. I definitely want to feel that again. But how can I do it without being caught? Like many long-married men of his time, his wife had many friends, while he had just his wife and a few acquaintances. No one he could openly share his feelings with. Certainly he couldn't call the kids. That left Jack. He went to a bar for the first time in almost 40 years, had a few drinks, and then walked home. What happened, Theo? You've been drinking. What got into you? No, he can't find out. How could he know? It must be just a coincidence. Oh, I was watching the game. I've always believed in our home team. But it wasn't going well. The plays were not good, and it looked like the team didn't want to win. They tried some tricky moves, but none of them worked. I feel worn out. My head is starting to hurt. So I'm going to take a shower and call it a night. See you in the morning. He left her to think about what he said. Sunday after church. Hey, Emma, how are you? What a great sermon, right? Yes, Steve. Do you think it had a special message for you? No. You know, Emma, I think you are a lovely person. If you ever feel that Theo is not enough for you, maybe I can help. Steve, you're married. Well, yes, but my wife said it was fine if it's you and you're okay with it. She thought it might be good for both of us, so just keep me in mind. Please leave me alone, Steve. I love my husband and I'm not interested. A few minutes later. Emma? Great sermon, right? Yes, Lloyd. It was. What do you need? Well, I was thinking if you ever want to change, you can call me. My wife said it's okay. What? She said that? Why would she? She's tired of me bothering her, and she thought if you were willing it might help. What do you think? Not interested, Lloyd. Thursday. We missed you last week, Emma. How did things go with Hugh? How do you know about that, Lydia? Oh, Emma, everyone knows. How? How did this get out? Well, you forgot that Sue lives right across from Hugh. She saw you walk in his front door and saw him hug you before closing the door. She came to the meeting and we all watched her doorbell camera. We saw you leave looking a bit messy. Oh, no. Since the wives knew, they told their husbands, who talked to Hugh at the golf course on Saturday. I guess he shared some details. You may have felt all the attention from the guys after church. Absolutely. It felt like every guy was interested in me. Well, it seems that Hugh spoke well of you, so the guys were curious, especially after their wives encouraged them to chat with you. How could I have been so careless? I need to make sure Theo doesn't find out. Any ideas? Oh, he might already know. Panic filled her face and she started to tear up. No! He can't know! Oh no, how? He called here around 1:30 last week and asked to talk to you. He never does that. I told him you weren't here without thinking. Pain crossed her face and she began to cry. I was home by then, so that's why he was drinking. Theo drank? He never drinks. I should have realized earlier, but instead I acted upset. How could I be so careless? I care for Theo, but I just needed a change. I've been feeling so down about myself. So old, so unattractive. Surely Theo never mentioned anything. No, never. He always tells me how wonderful I am. And yet, I don't know. I just needed someone to recognize me, something to lift my spirits again, someone to admire me, even just a little. Well, now you have many men in the church doing just that. How's that going for you? Oh no, what have I done, Lydia? Well, what's done is done. Was Hugh worth it? How was he? Did he inspire you? Yes, he really did. I enjoyed every moment. Did he do anything that Theo doesn't do when you allow him? No, he didn't do anything Theo doesn't do, but it felt very different. Much more exciting. Because it wasn't Theo, right? It was new and thrilling. Yes, I suppose. It felt fresh and invigorating. I felt adventurous. I was so caught up in the moment that the whole world disappeared except for us, just like it used to be with Theo. Does that make sense? And that's the main point, isn't it, Emma? Theo is like your favorite chair in the living room. It's always there, very reliable and comfortable. You appreciate having it, but a new sofa or coffee table would make things feel a bit new. You know the chair won't fit with the new sofa, yet you still want the new piece. I guess that's true. I have taken him for granted. He's always been a great husband and father, but Hugh was just so inviting, so tempting. And he turned out to be so wonderful. Does that make sense? Perfect sense, Emma, but it sounds like more than a one-time event. I don't know. I just feel like I need to explore it again. Hugh and I connected in many ways. I still love Theo, but I can't stop thinking about Hugh. You don't think he'd want to leave me, do you? What would you do if you caught Theo with someone younger? Oh no, why didn't I think of that? But this is different. I mean, I did this for me, but I thought it could help us too. I figured if I were more engaged, Theo and I could have more intimacy. Emma, you know that's not really true. You did it for yourself. It's been a week. How many times have you been close to Theo since Hugh? She looked down. None. It was hard, and then... Exactly. Then you slipped back into your usual routine, enjoying time in that familiar chair. The rest is just a way to explain it to yourself. My guess, knowing Theo pretty well, is that he's already started thinking about what to do next. But we'll have to see, sobbing. What? No, I don't want that. I don't want a divorce. What do I do now? Well, you should have thought things through a bit more. I wish you'd talked to me before. Part of the issue is that even though you and Theo are the same age as us, you're both less experienced. At least Theo is. We meet every Thursday morning and we all talk about our lives, our troubles, and who's passed away. You're making offhand comments and talking about being lucky. Up until a year ago, you had a very positive vibe. It was nice to be around you. But then something changed and you seemed less happy. You were so full of life while many of us were content watching shows at home. To be honest, we've all been a bit envious of you and Theo. That's just what Theo said. Smart man, that Theo. We're bored with life, tired of the same old routine. We wish we could feel that spark of excitement again, a feeling of closeness with our partners, connection. But we often think it will take too much effort, and we're so comfortable that we're hesitant to try new things. Not just in our relationships, but with new hobbies, experiences, trips, and more. Think of what the knitting ladies bring to show off. Same old routines, nothing has changed. They haven't tried anything new. We treat each other like comfortable furniture, just like you have with Theo, friends, not partners. That's something Theo brought up too. He wanted us to reconnect, to spend time together and try new things. But I messed up. Oh, Lydia, I've lost him, haven't I? I can't imagine life without Theo after 45 years. She buried her face in her hands, shaking and crying. Lydia gave her a hug. Things will get better, one way or another. I just wish you had talked to me first about all this. We're here for you. You have so many friends. Wait, here comes everyone. Why don't we all talk about this? Are you ready for that? Later. So, you all think Theo might leave me? They all nodded. And my best chance is to be honest about why I did it? That it was for us? I promise I won't repeat my mistake. Even if I might. And if that doesn't work, maybe I could suggest an open relationship. Tell him it's a chance to meet new people and try something different. That could help us reconnect. Honestly, that's the most surprising idea I've ever heard. But what do I have to lose? And you all would support it? I mean, Steve, Lloyd, Carl, and John talked to me right after church. I was terrified the minister would ask what was going on. It only took 2 days, and everyone in our neighborhood knew. I'm going to have to move. How can I face anyone? I'll be the outcast. Or maybe the neighborhood hero. Some women are worried about losing their partners if they don't take action, and some are dealing with their own struggles. And some men have lost their partners and don't know how to start. This could make things easier. And there's no pressure. Since you're not looking for anyone new, the women won't worry about you taking their partners, right? You don't want another partner, do you? No, I don't want to lose the one I have. If I did, I wouldn't want to marry again. I see this could keep me busy. But what about Theo? Would any of you be interested in him? Everyone nodded. Theo's charming. He's 72, but still in great shape. He's lively and fun. I can't believe you haven't taken advantage of him instead of looking elsewhere. That's not true. Theo is amazing. He cares about what I need. He likes to change things up, and even though he's not exactly the same as before, he's still doing well. But neither am I. So it works out. The women nodded together. As she glanced away, she added, "And his talents are impressive." They all laughed. So why didn't I appreciate him more? I guess I took him for granted because he was just Theo, even if he is great. Isn't that strange? No. That's probably why many of us don't want to be close. We want something new, not the same old routine. We seek different experiences, but we don't want to risk our relationships, especially at our age. That would be a lonely path. Emma's head shot up and she started to cry again. "Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. I believe things will work out. So, would it be okay with your husbands if Theo was included?" "I think so. That seems fair, but it might still be tricky. A lot of guys can be very protective, thinking it's fine for them, but not for us. Women usually look at these things more practically. We would be taking a chance. Who knows? They might become interested in us again, or they might choose to look elsewhere. What some forget is that we might also want to move on." They shared a laugh. "I guess I'm worried that if this doesn't turn out well, you all might be upset with me, and we wouldn't be friends anymore. I don't want people talking about me when I'm not around, or the minister asking me to leave the church. What do you think? How about we start with the 8 of us, or maybe a few more? If it goes well, we can see how others in the church feel about it. We could try this together first. Then we can talk about it at our next meeting. Does that sound good? I think we all agree you should talk to Theo first instead of waiting for him to approach you." They all nodded. "Emma, depending on what Theo says, you could start with some of our husbands as well. And maybe we could get things moving with Theo." They all laughed. "That's going to be tough for me. Somehow being with someone else felt okay, but just the thought of him with one of you makes me feel weak and uneasy." She started to cry again. "I think I understand what Theo must be feeling. What have I done to him? I must have really hurt him. Honestly, I couldn't handle the pain and would struggle to forgive him if he were unfaithful. Every time he was affectionate, I would picture him with someone else. I would have to separate from him. It would break my heart. I have a big problem, don't I?" Everyone nodded in agreement, showing sympathy. It was a long, lonely walk home. What am I going to say to him? How will I tell him? I feel so guilty, so ashamed. But my time with Hugh felt so wonderful. That connection, that's what Theo was talking about. Instead of turning to him, I looked elsewhere. What was I thinking? As she walked through the front door, Theo was in his favorite chair, looking distant and empty. Tears started to flow as she rushed to him, kneeling and taking his hands. "Oh, Theo, I am so sorry for what I did and how I hurt you. I would do anything to take it back, but I can't. I love you so much. I feel so much pain just thinking about my actions. I can't imagine what you're going through. I'm really sorry. Please." She looked up at him, hoping for a response. He stayed silent, looking down. "Theo, please, say something. Show your anger. Yell at me or tell me you hate me. Please, say you could forgive me. Just say something." He moved to a different chair, leaving her alone on the floor. "Well, Emma, was it worth it? Was it worth risking 45 years over a short moment? Am I that unimportant that you wouldn't even give me a chance? Instead of trying to bring back our connection, you turned to someone nearby and made me feel betrayed? You couldn't even go somewhere else to find someone? You chose someone who shared details with everyone. It felt like every man at church was making a pass at you. You had people around you who treated you with no respect. And everyone else was either laughing behind my back or offering me sympathy. Oh, Theo, I am so sorry. I never imagined. I never thought." "No! You didn't think about anything but yourself. Now you're the topic of gossip in the neighborhood, and I feel like the one who was left behind, the person who couldn't meet expectations. And Hugh. Hugh of all people." She was surprised. She had never heard Theo talk like this before. So much pain, so much sadness and disappointment. But it felt better than nothing, maybe. "Theo, I never thought—" "No, you clearly didn't think at all. How many times have you pushed me away? Have our marriage and promises to be faithful been lies all along? No, no, you have to believe me. I have never been unfaithful before. I never even thought about it until last week. I was feeling frustrated with your pressure and I felt like I was failing. I felt bad for saying no to you so often. So now it's my fault? My fault for wanting to connect with my beautiful wife? For trying to bring joy back into our lives? Am I that hard to look at, Emma? Has my appearance become so unappealing that you turn to Hugh?" Who is what, 60? No, Theo, it's not like that. You're still the wonderful person I married. You still look great to me. So I must be terrible? Well, I guess we don't know because we never try. Did he do all those romantic things for you that people talk about? Did you feel butterflies and lose track of time? He hasn't done anything we haven't done, and he is not better than you at any of it. It's just that I'm the same old Theo, steady, reliable, and always here. Like a good book on the shelf that you can take down and read a chapter from, remembering the good times. While Hugh is new and exciting, he's the new car, the place you've never been, the surprise around the corner. I have a strong bond with you, and he adds a thrill. That's the difference, right? Wow, he's right. He hit the nail on the head. But I think I need both. I need Hugh for excitement and Theo for love and warmth. But how can I fix this after all the hurt I've caused? Theo, I know this sounds strange, but yes, I did it for me. Better not tell him how much I enjoyed it or that I want more. But, I said softly, I did it for you too. He stood up. What kind of excuse is that? I've had enough. He started to walk away. Theo, please, don't go. I know it sounds strange, but I love you so much. I've felt like such a failure, such a disappointment because I haven't been able to give you the closeness you wanted. It just got worse and worse until I closed myself off to everything. I felt so unattractive. It's hard to see myself positively. I didn't understand why you would want to be close to me. But Emma, I tell you every day how beautiful and special you are. Others find you attractive too, especially how everyone likes being around you. But I'm still just Theo. Theo, you still look amazing. Look at yourself compared to other guys our age. You're young, energetic, full of life. Until now. Now I'm just old Theo. I'm broken Theo. Thanks for that. Did he light something inside you? He did, Theo. And that's why I want to show you how much I love you. I want us to be close again. I won't ever push you away again. I don't want pity, Emma. If moments like that did so much for you, maybe you need more to feel truly connected. I'll never be able to trust you again. Tell me I'm wrong. How does he know all this? I didn't give Theo enough credit. I'm lost. I'm afraid of being alone without the man I love. Theo, I understand your pain and distrust. I would feel the same. I don't know what I was thinking or how I justified it, but you are right about everything. What's wrong is how much I love you, how much I would miss you if you weren't here, turning my back on all we shared for over 45 years. Stop blaming me. You're the one who walked away, not me. I tried everything to bring us back together. I wanted to make it special, but you didn't seem interested. Let's just turn on the TV and watch those old Bonanza reruns we've seen many times and remember the good days. I don't want to sit in the sun and think about the past while waiting for something bad to happen. If I wanted to do that, I'd just go to the garage and start the car. I want to look ahead. I want to make new memories, to be spontaneous and share it with someone. I can't do that with someone who might choose others over me. I get it, Theo. I would feel the same way. I want to look forward, but I keep getting pulled back into the past. I want to create something new, and I want to do it with you. Please, if you can't forgive me, at least give me one more chance. Don't rush into a decision just because you're hurt, which is understandable. I don't see that happening. What if you think it over tonight and we talk again tomorrow? After all these years, please let's discuss this again before you decide for sure. Is that fair? Okay. Next morning. Here, Theo. I made you some waffles and opened that special maple syrup from the farmer's market. Have you thought about everything we've shared and what we might lose? If I need to say sorry 1,000 times or plead for your understanding, I will. I appreciate your apology, Emma, but my mind is made up about going our separate ways. But Theo, the kids, they will be so upset if we separate. Why should they care? Half of them are divorced and the others have their own issues. You can tell them I'm hard to deal with, and they'll feel sorry for you and not like me. They don't talk to me anyway, only you. All right, Theo. Since that's how you feel, I have an idea. The girls and I have talked about this, and... Great! You all discussed my problem and how you could fix me. Theo had never spoken like this before. This isn't going well. Please listen to me. It may sound strange, but I think you'll see it makes sense. Okay, I'm listening. The girls and I talked all morning. Wonderful. You all decided how terrible this situation is for me. No, Theo. It's the opposite. They think you're great and many would love to know you better. They feel that making new connections could help spark their own relationships. They believe this could be a way to improve their lives. What are you talking about? Do you have wild ideas at that meeting? No, Theo. They really believe this could be a good change. You could meet other women who are interested with their partner's approval. I would talk to the men whose partners agree. If it works, maybe they could share this idea with friends to see if there's more interest. So, after 45 years, you're suggesting we think about an open marriage? Is that where this is headed? This is feeling strange. But maybe it's worth seeing how this plays out before making any decisions. What do I have to lose? I feel like I've already lost everything. And when this blows up, we'll move far away? No, Theo. They truly think this is something people are looking for. It felt like a close group of friends helping one another. She looked over the conversations in the knitting circle. I'm not sure, Emma. I have a weird feeling about this. And when I think about how things are with the husbands and their, well, interests, it seems like I might end up at a disadvantage. Let me think it over tonight. Later that night, she leaned in and said, Theo, I feel like reconnecting tonight. Can we get a little closer? No, I don't think so. Whenever I think about us, I can only see you and Hugh. I'm really sorry, Theo. It wasn't meant to be like this. I thought it would be a one-time thing, something you'd never find out about, and I would feel excited to be with you again. I did it for us. That doesn't sound right. So it was supposed to be a secret? But you didn't keep it to yourself. When he came home, he looked worn out. There was tension between them, and he avoided her eyes. After he went straight to the shower, he seemed to want to forget the day. I'm surprised you didn't ask me to help you relax, she said, trying to lighten the mood. It's been a week since we connected like that, and this is the first time you've brought it up. I didn't expect things to go this way. I was foolish. I've never faced something like this before. Please, Theo. Good night, Emma. This is because of your choices. I'm going to sleep in the guest room. No, Theo. Please? She turned away, letting tears fall down her face. As she thought about the past week, she realized he hadn't shown her any affection. She had initiated their kisses, and even though he responded, the warmth had left. He hadn't joked or laughed with her for days. She finally understood how much she had neglected him. How long had it been this way? She felt awful for taking him for granted. Remembering their shared moments, she recalled how deeply she loved him and their life together. Would he ever forgive her? Would they find that closeness again? In her heart, she knew she had lost something important. The next morning. So, I guess I'm willing to give it a try. When does it begin? Well, right away, I suppose, if you're okay with that. Sure. Let's just move forward. What about some rules? Rules? Yes. If we're starting something for our retirement community, don't you think we need some basic rules? Okay, I hadn't thought that much ahead. It seems like there's a lot we haven't covered. I apologize. That was uncalled for. I have some ideas. We really need to set things straight. Remember, misunderstandings can lead to problems. Does that make sense? Sure. First, we should never do anything in our house, especially not in our bedroom. It needs to feel safe so the other person can relax and not worry about what's happening or think they need to clean up after. That sounds fair. Second, as you said, if there is a spouse, they need to be supportive and agree to it, right? Exactly. We don't want any surprises or upset spouses. They're our friends. What if the spouse needs to be the one to set up the date? If Linda is okay with you spending time with Steve, she should be the one to call you to arrange it, etc. What do you think? Also, the wives would call you to set things up, and the husbands would call me. We should exclude widows, widowers, or divorced folks, right? Wow, Theo. I never thought of any of that. Good ideas. This way, there can be no misunderstanding. Third, we need to make sure we do not seem threatening to our spouses or to each other. She nodded. To stay non-threatening and avoid emotional connections, since these meetings are meant to be social and just a service, isn't that what you called them? She nodded again. Then they should be one-time events, unless your spouse agrees to more. Also, we should let each other know if we are meeting someone again. So if you see Steve again, Linda would have to call and I would have to agree. What do you think? I think that's fair. When did you become a lawyer? I'm an engineer, remember? No loose ends. Fourth, I think the person who asks another out should pay. If women join up with me, then they pay. I don't want to cover someone else's outing and vice versa. What do you think? I agree, but we should have some flexibility. Agreed. Now, fifth, I have some other questions. Does it matter what time of day it is? How many times a day? Well, once you get the plans moving, you might want to meet someone in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one at night. And what about overnight trips or weekends? I think that would make our spouses worried, so let's keep it to no set days or times. Overnight visits would be decided by the spouse, and I would have to let you know. No weekends or vacations. Agreed? Should we only include neighbors from our community and our church, or open it up more? I think it should be just neighbors and church members. Do we have to say yes to every invite, or can we turn some down? I believe we can politely decline any invite without needing a reason, but we should think about keeping good feelings with our friends and neighbors. What about safety? I think we are in a safe group, so it's not necessary but optional. Agreed. I'm not really looking forward to some requests. To be honest, I may want to take some precautions, so I suggest we quickly shower before going home to freshen up and put our clothes in the wash right away so we don't bring anything harmful home. And either side can end this agreement whenever they want, without needing to explain. Agreed. This is more complicated than I thought. I expected it to be simple. This situation is far from simple. We should keep our phones on for emergencies or if we need help. All right. I agree to everything. Just give me the document and I'll sign it. But what about us, Theo? Do we go to church events or the store together? Sure. And what about our relationship? That's uncertain. I think you'll be busy enough that it might not be a concern, but I just don't know. Maybe when there are so many people around, I won't see Hugh anymore. Theo, I'm sorry for what happened. I regret hurting you. I care about you a lot and need more than just casual meetings. I probably should have thought about that earlier, and we could have discussed it. You're right. There are many things I could have done better. So, when do you want to start the service? Now would be good. Why not send a group email to the knitting circle and see what happens? Moments later, wow, that didn't take long. Linda said Steve would like to meet at noon today. What do you think? I think this is your idea, so go for it. Right. But Theo, if you would prefer, I didn't. We've already agreed to the terms, right? It's okay, Emma. I hope you have fun. It should be interesting. Well, it seems interesting for you too. Lydia wants you to come over today just after noon. We should eat breakfast and get ready. Oh no, the thought of Theo being with someone else hurts. How did we get here? The answer is simple. It's my fault. I messed things up. Now let's see if this will help us get back together or speed up the end. Just before noon, she walked to Steve's house. Linda had already left. I feel so nervous but also excited. This could be fun, but I still want to be with Hugh again. I just can't get caught this time. Hi, Emma. I'm not sure how this will go. I've spent time with friends before, but you're my neighbor. Should I greet you or not? How do we start? Honestly, Steve, I haven't done anything like this. I thought you'd treat me as a friend. I want to make you happy, and I hope you will try to make me happy too. Does that sound good? That sounds great. I'll take a shower at home and try not to think about Theo. What have I done? Meanwhile, at 12:30, Theo was leaving for Lydia's place, as he liked to arrive early. His phone rang. It was Linda. Hi, Linda. How are you? Theo, I need to talk to you about something important. I'm sorry, but my deal with Emma was that spouses should check in so we don't create any misunderstandings. That person is disrespecting your marriage. He pressured me to allow this. You know he approached her at church, right? Yes, I saw him. He's had feelings for her for a long time. This was a big moment for him. I suggested he talk to you, but he said it would be wrong. That's unacceptable. He's been dishonest for years. I stayed for the kids, but now this is the last straw. He's in my home with my friend, and I'll have to deal with all of this. Please, Theo. I just need to know that not all men are like him. I've talked to a lawyer and started the paperwork, so it's not like you'll be breaking up a happy home. Please. Unfortunately, I'm on my way to Lydia's now. How about we go out for dinner tomorrow? Then we could find a nice place to relax together. What do you think? That would be wonderful. I can plan to have Steve served with the papers on Saturday. Thank you so much. I'll bake you some cookies as a thanks. Can we start early, like you pick me up at 5? Sounds like a plan. See you then. You're a great person, Linda. Once you're divorced, many will be interested in you. Don't worry about that. I have to go now. He entered Lydia's house. Hi, Lydia. I'm a bit nervous and unsure about this. This isn't something I expected to do. Can you help me a little? She laughed. You're quite something, Theo. If I were a bit younger, I might have found you more interesting. But really, since my husband passed away, I just haven't felt that way. Even though you are quite charming, I made a promise till death do us part, and we never really separated. I feel he's still here with me. So your question is, why am I here? Well, there are a few reasons. First, since you were just starting this new chapter, I didn't want you to be at home worrying or getting lost in your thoughts again. Oh, so you know about that. Not my best moment. It was just that. Well, it doesn't matter. How do you know about it? Theo, I'm older than you and most of the crew. I've become a bit of a sounding board. I know all sorts of things about everyone. It's enough to make your hair turn gray. Just look at mine. My life with Mel was simple in comparison, but I treasured every moment. So how are you? And don't worry. I'm kind of like a safe place to share. Nothing you say will go anywhere. I promise. That's why people are comfortable talking to me. Nothing will get back to your lovely wife. I care for her as a friend, but she has her own challenges. So how are you doing? Awful. I also said till death do us part, but she seems to have moved on. So I'm hurt, crushed, sad, angry, and empty. My life feels like it's falling apart. Does that answer your question? And all this new situation is just wild. Yep, that's what I thought. You're an engineer, so I assume everything is already divided and the paperwork is in motion? You're impressive, Lydia, but I'd rather not discuss it. I understand, Theo. Trust takes time. So why did you agree to this? Several reasons. First, it was too intriguing to say no. I've never experienced anything like this before. I can't believe how quickly everything has come together. I even have plans for tomorrow night. Let me guess. Linda, right? Lydia, you are quite sharp. How did you know? Just a good guess. Be careful tomorrow, Theo. Steve drinks a lot and can be unpredictable. He's upset her before. When you pick her up or take her home, he might react badly. So be prepared. He may not be in the best state of mind, so stay alert. It would be wise to stick around a bit in case things get tense. Got it. Thanks for the warning. After my talk with Linda, I planned on being ready. Theo, thank you for agreeing to see her. She's a wonderful person with much to offer. You have a lot in common. For example, she loves hiking and restoring furniture. Give her a chance afterward. See how things go tomorrow, but you won't have to worry about her taking you for granted. And as a bonus, she's also a few years younger than you. So she's at a similar life stage as you. And you know, Theo, that's part of the issue with you and Emma, isn't it? As we get older, there are many changes, but most of us can adapt, in ourselves and in our partners. The issue is we mature at different rates mentally. It can pull spouses apart. That's partly why the divorce rate is so high for those in their 60s and 70s. In the last year or so, Emma's really changed. She's lost interest in many things and feels distant, right? Yep. I've tried everything to get her excited about life again, not just in a romantic way, but with trips, crafting, whatever. But most of the time, she'd rather sit and think about the past. Instead of finding joy in life with me, she chose someone else. That's a deal breaker. So, no chance. Doubt it. And maybe the biggest reason you agreed to this plan was so you could catch Emma with someone else again. Tell me I'm wrong. Damn it, Lydia. What are you, some kind of mind reader or something? Actually, I sense things and see images, but she seemed like someone enjoying her freedom even though she was in trouble. Sorry, but not sorry. You understand what I mean, right? I didn't need any special skills for that. But I'm also a good listener. People like to share their thoughts in a safe space. If you ever have questions or feel unsure about something, I'm here to talk and help with whatever you need. That's a deal? I wish I could have guided Emma before all this, but it happened so suddenly that it surprised me. I apologize. I really like you, Theo. You are a good person. If my old friend weren't around all the time, I think I would like to spend more time with you. She looked up and said, You hear that? You're keeping me from having fun with this guy, but I still care about you. Talk to you soon. Now let's have some tea and talk some more. But please think about Linda. That's a plan. I always thought she was wonderful. I didn't know what she was going through. She has always kept quiet about it. I think she feels embarrassed or ashamed. Like many who face problems, she seems to blame herself. He got home around 5, and Emma was sitting on the couch watching TV. So how was your visit with Lydia? Great. I had a really nice time. And no personal moments, right? Yep. What about your afternoon? I was home before 2, if that tells you anything. See you then. Emma, I still can't believe this. After 45 years, I guess I should just hand her my envelope too, like Linda will. Friday. Okay, Emma, I'm heading to Linda's. Let's keep our phones on in case anything happens. I should be back around 11. Good idea, Theo. Say hi to Linda for me. Maybe he will text to say he's staying out late. What's going on, Emma? You're hoping he spends time with her so you can be with Hugh? And I don't even feel guilty. I feel excited and full of hope. This is not the best way to fix things with your husband. But it feels like when Theo and I first got together. When did I lose that? How could I have let it slip away? He has tried so hard to keep the spark alive, and I haven't appreciated it. Just like Lydia said, what am I doing? I'm breaking all the rules. I should call Hugh and cancel. Darn, there's the doorbell. He must have been waiting for Theo to leave. Too late to cancel now, and I need this. Hugh, come on in. What if we go to the living room and talk for a bit? As Theo arrived at Linda's, he noticed a police car leaving. He parked and hurried inside. She was sitting on the couch with an ice pack on her face, which was already swollen and bruised. Linda, are you okay? Do you need me to take you to the hospital or get you anything? You would do that for me? Of course. Whatever you need. What happened? Well, Steve had too much to drink and got upset about his team losing. When I told him I was going out, he started shouting and pushed me until I fell. In the past, I always accepted it. I thought I deserved it whenever I made mistakes. But it wasn't my fault, Theo. It never was my fault. So for the first time, I called 911 and the police came. They took a quick look and took him away. There won't be a judge available until Monday, so he'll be held for the weekend. But when he gets out, by then, I have to be gone. He'll be processed tomorrow. I'll stay with one of the kids. Theo, I don't know. I keep choosing the wrong people. And in college, I got into a tough situation. He married me, and I worked hard to manage everything at home. The kids, they were my whole world. I wanted a big family. But then they were gone, leaving just Steve and me. He spent time with his friends or drank at home. When things went wrong, I felt like it was my fault. Theo, I feel so lonely. My kids must think I'm a bother because I call so often. I have the girls with me, but no one to love, he finished, understanding. No one to share life with. To spend time together and feel connected again. She looked at him, disbelief in her eyes. Exactly. You're right, Theo. How? Long story. Are you ready to go? Oh, Theo, I want to go more than anything, but I don't feel presentable and I'm not dressed for it. You don't have to keep our plans. I couldn't. First of all, you look great. You're a wonderful person and a little puffiness doesn't matter. If you need to cover anything, we can play it off as a costume idea. She laughed softly. Theo. You're wasting your breath. I'm not taking no for an answer. Go put on something comfy, although you look pretty nice in that shirt and shorts. She smiled but winced. Sorry, Linda. No humor from here on. She grinned. Don't stop. I need to smile and laugh. I never do that with Steve, especially since the kids left. Tears filled her eyes. He hugged her tightly. It's all right, Linda. It'll all work out. Let me get more ice for that bag and you go change into something you like. You'll look good in anything. But what will people think? They'll assume. No, we'll just say you had a little visit to the doctor. She laughed again. Sure, me and a doctor's visit. Better say I had a mishap. With a warm hug, she thanked him fully. I'll be back in a moment. He tidied the place while waiting. It looked like Steve hadn't taken good care of her. 20 minutes later, she came out, her beautiful hair flowing and a lovely dress on. He stared. Theo? What? You don't like it? I can change. She looked upset and turned to leave. He gently stopped her. No, Linda, please. You look fabulous. I'm sorry if I made you feel otherwise. She gave him a grateful smile and leaned against him. Thank you, Theo. Thank you for seeing the good in me. We better go, or I might keep you here too long. I don't want to come back here except to pack. I never asked what food you like? Anything. I enjoy it all. Burgers and fries sound great. Really? Then let's go. Theo? Where are we going? This looks a bit hidden. I know, but it's safe. I used to come here a lot, until we didn't. They walked in. Wow, is that you, Theo Underwood? It's been... She hugged him warmly. Way too long, Carla. This is Linda. Carla gave her a hug, too, and whispered, I don't know where Emma is, but take good care of this guy. He's one of the good ones. I will. They enjoyed dinner with laughter and smiles the whole time. I am stuffed, Theo. Good thing I'm not wearing anything too tight or I'd burst. This has been wonderful. I can't believe it's 8 o'clock already. Fun's not over, Linda. Remember I said dancing? Come on, it's just down the street. Really? Theo, I'm not much of a dancer, but I'll try. Let me grab the bill. No way. This one's on me. I've enjoyed it too. They strolled a bit and entered another building, making their way up some stairs. Theo, this place is amazing. It's like something out of a movie. The band played a catchy song. Do you want a drink or something? Theo asked. I'm not much of a drinker, she replied. After that meal, I might just fall asleep at one of the tables, but you can get one if you want. No thanks. I just want to dance with you. He took her hand and led her to the dance floor, placing his hand on her back while keeping a respectful distance. She wrapped her arms around him for a moment, then pulled back. Thank you, Theo. This is wonderful. Maybe the best time ever. She felt her emotions bubbling up again. Come on, let's dance, but be patient with me. You'll be great. Just relax and let me guide you. That's it. You're doing great, he encouraged. She felt tears welling up and leaned in closer. I've wasted so much time, so much of my life. Looks like we're both in the same boat. What's done is done. It's all about now and what's ahead. Hey, you're really getting the hang of it. You'll be even better than me in no time. I have no rhythm at all. But wait, here's a waltz. No, Theo. This one is easy too. Just count to 3. So I step forward and you step back. Then we go to the side together. Now I step back, my left goes to the side and then together. A box, back to the start. Ready? Now with the music. Great, see? Nothing to it. Now I can step to the side and turn, then my feet come together. You're a natural. I'm doing it! I'm waltzing just like in the movies, thank you, Theo. She wiped away her tears. What's wrong? Theo, this has been so much fun and I want to stay, but if you say no, I'll understand. I have a hotel room and it's almost 9. The rules say I need to be in by 11. Can we go there? Would you like to spend more time with me? If not, that's okay. I would love to. Let's go now that you've mastered the waltz. She already had the key, so they parked and went straight to the motel room. Theo turned to her, feeling the connection. She spoke softly. Theo, I need to take a quick shower. I'm probably not presentable. Nonsense. You look great as you are. No shower needed unless you want me to join you, he said with a smile. That sounds tempting, but I'm a little shy. I've had 4 kids, and I'm in my 60s. And you are beautiful inside and out. Speaking of which. She laughed, and he smiled at her warmth. Theo? Can you lead me in a dance? I want it to be special. Of course, but you have to tell me how I'm doing. Would you feel better if you showered first? She nodded. All right then. Make it quick, I can't wait. I'll take a quick one too. She quickly changed and returned in a cute pajama set, looking shy. Wow, Linda. You look wonderful, so bright. Really? She asked, seeking reassurance. Absolutely. I'll be back in a few minutes. He changed into comfortable clothes and came back, sharing a gentle hug. Let's dance, he suggested playfully. They enjoyed the closeness and warmth of the moment, feeling a special bond. Wow, Theo, this is amazing, she said, feeling happier than she had in a long time. I never thought I would feel this way. I'm just starting, Linda. As their bond grew, she sensed something new and exciting. Oh, wow, Theo, she said, amazed by what was happening. I've never felt anything like this before. She felt grateful knowing how different it was from her past. Thank you for being here for me. I want to share more with you, too. What if we spent more time together and see how that goes? You mean you want to be with me? Wow, Linda. He really hurt you, didn't he? You're beautiful, smart, funny, and full of life. You still have so much to offer to those around you, to the world, and maybe to me. Oh, Theo, I've always been drawn to you. I wondered what it would be like. But I was married. You were married. And Emma is my friend. But now I can't think of anything I'd love more. The idea interests me. Are you sure about this? Yep. I like people who stand out. By the way, you look great today. Let's see what you've got. He made a playful gesture and she laughed. Theo, I think we'd have so much fun together. But are you sure you want to skip all those lovely ladies in the knitting club or the neighborhood? Have you really looked at some of those ladies? They're nice, but can be a little intimidating. She chuckled. I think some of them might leave anyone feeling a bit overwhelmed. With mock seriousness, she said, Intimidating? Really? Those are my friends. I'm sorry, Linda, just teasing you. Now you have me thinking about those other friends. Some probably haven't seen much joy in a long time. I'm going to laugh every time I think of that. On that note, how about a little goodbye gesture? Then maybe join me for a shower? An hour later. Linda, before we go to breakfast, I need to stop by the house and give Emma something if she's doing what I think she is. Sure, but what if we stop by the jail on the way to give Steve his envelope? Sounds good. He parked on the street and quietly entered the house. He heard noise from the bedroom and carefully moved to the partly open door. Oh, Hugh. Yes, you're amazing. Keep going. Phew, that was intense. I need a moment. Well, as long as we have time. Theo! No, you won't be home until noon. I know. Sorry, I lost track of time. Please let me be. Looks like this is happening again. Same person in my house. In my bed. It's just sad, Emma. 45 years together. We've been through so much. I would have taken care of you no matter what. If I could, I would have made sure you never needed to go to a care home. But I guess Hugh is ready for that. Right, Hugh? Emma looked at him. Well, no. I mean, this is just an affair, right? Just a moment. So your goal is to take advantage of those who are lonely and ignore commitments? Must be nice to be you, Hugh. That's pretty sad. Get out! Just leave, Hugh. You are the biggest mistake of my life. He stood, gathered his things, and turned to Theo. Sorry, Theo. Please. I don't know why I acted like that. I don't understand what happened. I'll never do that again. I'll try harder, I promise, she said, tears in her eyes. I'll do anything, anything at all. Please, can you forgive me? Don't leave. I'm begging you, Emma said, tears in her eyes. I'm sorry, Emma. I've asked for a lot over the years. You never listened. So now it's too late. Here. He handed her an envelope. Get a lawyer, Emma. It's fair. You can keep the house and everything in it. It's paid off, so you can stay near your friends. I'll talk to the kids and let them know we've chosen different paths. You can tell them anything else if you wish. Crying, she said, Theo, please. I can't, Emma. I'm sorry. If you had made a different choice, things might be different. But I knew it wasn't going to stop there. After I found out I didn't touch you or say I loved you. You probably didn't even notice. It felt like nothing changed. The old chair in the living room reminded me of our routine. So, I'm leaving. I'll give you my new address. It's been nice, Emma. You were a great friend and partner. Now think about what you want in your future. I hope you find happiness. I'm just going to pack a few things. None of it really matters, just belongings. Goodbye. Emma put her hands on her face, crying, What will I do? I'll never find someone like Theo again. Why? Why? Theo drove to Linda's house, tears still in his eyes. He wondered why it had to end this way. Linda was on the couch, also tearful. Oh, Theo, you look upset. It must have been hard. What can I do to help? I just don't understand why, Linda. Why would she do this after all this time? I don't have an answer for you, Theo. We all make choices that don't always make sense. It is what it is. We don't know how much time any of us has, but I'm going to make the most of it. There are so many things to do and see. She looked closely at him, touching his face gently. If we can be together and support each other, I'll be the happiest woman in the world. And I promise to make you happy too. Should we give it a try? That sounds like a good plan, Linda. She smiled, wiped her cheek, and rested her head against him. It'll be okay, Theo. We'll help each other grow. If you're ready, it's just another change. Some changes, like marriage, are good. Others, like the kids leaving home, can be tough. But you had many good years with Emma before things changed. Since my kids left almost 20 years ago, my life hasn't been easy. I was scared of change and all the what-ifs that held me back. But I'm not afraid anymore, Theo. I don't know where I'm headed or how much time I have left, but I want to share that with you if you're open to it. Think about it. I don't need to think. Let's do it. We should at least give it a chance. Linda, I need to call my kids. They might be upset. I can take on the tough role and she will figure it out. Because you won't tell them the whole story, right? They might surprise you. I need to call mine too. They might be relieved and say about time. An hour later. So, Theo? I'm not proud of my choices. I should feel regret. How could I after everything she's done for me? It's frustrating, especially since 2 of my kids are divorced. What about you? They are really happy. About time. What took you so long? By the way, how would you like to live in the Colorado mountains? We can stay with my daughter. She has a big house. We can plan our next steps from there. It's beautiful there. Much nicer than here. Too hot and full of bugs. That sounds great. What are we waiting for? Let's pack your things and go. Do we need a truck? She shook her head. Just what fits in the van. And you, Theo. Everything else is just stuff.